and health officials have told a news conference that the boys appear to be in good condition. Let's go live now to Dan Johnson, who's in Tham Luang, where the caves are. Dan, you've been out there day after day with the rest of the world's media waiting for these boys to emerge, and finally some good news.
The best of news. It's absolutely staggering. There's a wave of relief just washing over everyone here. This has been such a tense time, such a difficult 18 days, especially for those families waiting for news of how their sons were, whether they could be rescued, whether they would come out safely. And they've done it. It's incredible. We watched 3 ambulances leave this morning. They were taking boys to hospital. They're the 9th, 10th and 11th to be brought from the cave today. And we understand that the final boy and the 25-year-old coach are at the cave mouth. They've been brought up and had their first taste of fresh air and sunlight for the first time in 18 days. And very soon they too will be in ambulances on their way to hospital. And then there will be something of an incredible moment when they're reunited in the hospital, that football team together once again, where they will then start recovering from this ordeal, because no doubt this isn't quite over. The rescue's been successful, they've been brought out alive, but no doubt this will have had an impact on them. They have suffered a lot over the last couple of weeks. They've suffered mentally and physically as well. It'll take time to rebuild their strength, but what a fantastic outcome, the best possible news. The rescue effort here has been absolutely incredible. It's a mission to impress international rescue. It's something that the people involved can be really proud of, the way that divers from around the world have come together, brought their skills, their experience, their expertise and worked together for the good of those 18 people who were stuck for more than 2 weeks in the darkness of that cave deep under the mountains behind me. For 10 days people thought they were dead, thought they wouldn't make it out. We didn't even know they were alive. They didn't know if anyone was coming, if help would ever reach them. When they were found, they were in the most difficult of circumstances. This looked like an impossible puzzle to solve. There were different options for getting them out, different ways this rescue could have been done. But the dive experts, the real core group of about 13 international divers who worked on formulating this plan, they came up with a carefully worked rescue. They worked with the boys to prepare them for what they would have to do, learning to scuba dive for the first time, some of them not even used to swimming in water, and then having to dive out, having to navigate the flooded caverns and passages, some of them really narrow, sometimes funneling up or down, deep underground, deep underwater. It's the toughest cave dive in the world perhaps, and it's been undertaken by boys who've never even scuba dived before. That is a testament to their strength and self-belief, and it shows so much about the determination and the skill of the people who came here to rescue them. They took this challenge on. Everything that nature could throw in front of them looked like an impossible obstacle, but they rose to the challenge, and boy did they succeed. Now they can celebrate. People will talk about the Tham Luang cave for a long, long time.
Very much so, Dan. And of course, we mustn't forget that one of the Navy SEAL divers lost his life. It really gave us a sense of just how difficult this mission was for them.
Absolutely. That really did underline things to people here on Friday. There was elation here 8 days ago when the boys were found, but then it became clear how complicated rescuing them would actually be, and the fact that it would take quite a bit of time. At one stage, the best option seemed to be to wait for the water level in the cave to recede naturally. Well, that could have taken months. Imagine the worry for those parents having to wait out that time. But they managed to get divers in, they managed to take supplies to the boys to at least keep them alive. And it was a volunteer diver, an ex-Thai Navy officer who had left the Navy but volunteered to come back here to be part of the huge team that's worked on this rescue effort. So spare a thought for the family of Saman Guman, who sacrificed his life as part of this rescue effort. That's how determined here people have been. He was only 38 years old, and even with the experience he'd got in the Thai Navy, that's how dangerous this cave rescue was, this escape plan actually could be. Everyone recognised that, and there will be thoughts for his family. He has the full respect of this country, and he'll have a funeral with full military honours. But it made everyone even more determined to ensure this outcome was successful, and boy have they achieved it.
Indeed, Dan, thanks so much for that update just outside the caves. Let's go